Hi everyone, welcome to Rockstar Business World's Mentor Interviews. I'm joined here today in the Rockstar Hub by Paul Ettinger, but he always refers to himself as Pablo Ettinger, and I'm sure you're going to tell us a bit more about that. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Excellent. Well, so good to have you in here today, my friend. Thank you for giving up the time. So obviously, we met each other when we were speaking at a joint event a few months ago, and your story was absolutely fantastic, and you're a big believer in mentoring as well, which is great. But some of our viewers might not know who you are. So could you start by telling us a bit more about who Pablo Ettinger is, and why Pablo?
Pablo's been my nickname for 40 years. Okay. Typically in school, school kids, we all had nicknames, and mine stuck ever since. So I'm Pablo, and it kind of suits me, I guess. I've had an unusual background in that my first degree was actually in high energy physics and electronics, and I did actually work as an engineer for a couple of years. Actually specialised in oil and ended up in the Libyan desert, which was a good experience, but not a career. I then did an MBA at Fontainebleau at INSEAD. And after that, I was headhunted out of there and spent 13 years in the chemical industry. So a very large international company in marketing and commercial of chemicals, primarily paint. And then after 13 years of that, I'd actually been working in M&A, buying and building joint ventures in Asia, particularly in China, in fact. But made an acquisition in Germany, went out to run that. But after 2 years, our kids were coming up to school age, and we decided we had to come back to the UK, at which point my phone rang, and a friend of mine who I'd done my MBA with at INSEAD asked if I would like to help start a coffee company with him. Because he knew, in fact I was the only friend he had who knew a lot about food and had an MBA. It was an unusual combination. And so he asked me to come back and help build up a coffee bar business. I said no, but finally agreed to do a few weeks, and that few weeks turned into a lot longer, and 17 years on, we have about 680 coffee bars around the world, and it's called Caffè Nero. So that was my first sort of entrepreneurial experience, which was very interesting indeed. We didn't really know much about what we were doing, but we were very enthusiastic, and it worked. I mean, we built up a great business, of course.
Fantastic. Well, obviously, as a brand here in the UK that all of us know and are regular customers at, really look forward to hearing more of those insights and some of the stories about that as we go through today.